I'm hyper because I have Tim Hortons. God, I have so many bug bites. I was at the cottage and my leg looks like I have chicken pox. It's so bad. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. That's a mouthful. I want to start off this video by saying thank you so much to Nicole from Nicole Her Books for tagging me for this. I am super excited to have been tagged for something, so yay. If you guys are interested in checking out Nicole's channel, she's got an awesome collection of videos that you can go and peruse, so I'll leave her information in the description below and also in the iCard. This tag consists of 13 questions, basically just talking about what your first half of the year's reading experience was like, and then there's also a few questions talking about what you think your next half of the year is going to be like. There's 13 questions in total. Let's get started. First question, best book read in 2019. This was really hard for me because I didn't really have one book come to mind, so I just kind of went to my Goodreads and checked out what I had rated the highest. And it turns out that one of the highest rated books that I have this year is actually Tamora Pierce's Circle of Magic Book 1. Question number 2, what is the best sequel that you've read in 2019 so far? Honestly, I've only read like 2 sequels. One of them was fiction and one of them was nonfiction, and I remember much preferring the fiction sequel to the nonfiction sequel. So that sequel was Our Dark Duet, which is the second book in the Monsters of Verity duology by Victoria Schwab or V.E. Schwab. Question number 3. What is a new release that you haven't read yet, but you really want to? I think for this one, I'm kind of stuck between 2. I'm stuck between The Wise and the Wicked by Rebecca Potus and The Familiars by Stacey Halls, which I actually own The Familiars, so maybe I should just kind of read it. Question number 4. What is your most anticipated release for the second half of 2019? I would say that it's probably a toss-up between The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, which I believe comes out on the 5th of November, and I should remember that because that's my brother's birthday, and The 10,000 Doors of January comes out in September. I don't know, I've heard a lot about it. People are just starting to get ARCs now, and it sounds really, really awesome, and the cover is beautiful. So I really, really want to pick that one up as well when it comes out in September. And that one is by Alex E. Harrow. Question number 5. Biggest disappointment of 2019. So far, I think there's a couple of books that have really disappointed me, and both of them ended up being books that I checked out on audiobook. If you guys watched my May wrap-up, you know what book I'm talking about. I listened to it on audiobook, which is what everybody told me to do. Definitely Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid was my number 1 disappointment. Literally, I finished Evelyn Hugo and then I picked up the audiobook for Daisy Jones. Great audiobook, but I just didn't care. But my number 2 disappointment would probably be Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I am quite disappointed because I really thought I'd enjoy it, but it wasn't a huge surprise because I really didn't like Strange the Dreamer. Question number 6. What is the biggest surprise that you've had so far in 2019? I think the biggest surprise for me was actually a little bit of a negative surprise, and I think I was so surprised because I read this book, well actually I listened to the audiobook. I have a really bad track record with audiobooks. The book that I'm talking about is Graceling by Kristen Kishore. I listened to the audiobook of this a few months before it had like a little bit of a resurgence on Booktube where people were like, oh my god, I love it! I can't believe I forgot about this book. And I hated it. I absolutely hated this book. There were a couple of moments that made me laugh. That's why I didn't give it like 1 star. But yeah, Graceling by Kristen Kishore. Huge disappointment because I wanted to read that book since I was like 16 or something. I don't know. Moving on. Question number 7. What is your favorite new author of 2019? This could be a debut author or an author that is new to you. A lot of you guys probably know by now, I was not a huge reader previous to the year of 2019. Pretty much all of the authors that I'm reading are new to me, so she's definitely not new to Booktube or to pretty much anyone else in this community, but she's new to me, and I really, really like Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. I think she has a really, really good way of kind of creating an atmosphere in her books, so I really like that. Number 8, newest fictional crush. I don't get crushes on fictional characters, usually. Question number 9. Newest favorite character. Honestly, this one was really hard because I was like, yeah, I don't get crushes on characters and I don't think I really choose favorite characters very often. A character that just kind of really like makes me smile all the time is actually Triss from A Circle of Magic. So she's one of the 4 main characters in that series of books by Tamora Pierce. She's really sassy and she doesn't take crap from anyone. She's cool. I don't know. Number 10, a book that made you cry. Books don't make me cry. I've never ever cried at a book. Maybe I haven't been reading the right books, or maybe I'm just heartless and terrible, I don't know. But like, I also very seldom cry at like movies and TV shows and stuff. The only thing that actually makes me cry in media are like You know when you're on Facebook and you're scrolling and you see like videos of somebody on America's Got Talent getting the golden buzzer and then like it's super emotional and stuff? Those make me cry. And the only other thing I think that makes me cry is when a baby is born in a TV show. So beautiful to bring new life into the world. It's so beautiful. I don't know. That's the only thing. Those are the only two things I cry at. People's dreams coming true and babies being born. I don't know why. Number 11. A book that made you happy. The only book that really stood out for me was actually Neil Patrick Harris's Complete Your Own Autobiography by Neil Patrick Harris. It might be a little polarizing. If you don't like Neil Patrick Harris, I wouldn't recommend it for you, but if you do like him, I loved the audiobook. It was amazing. He narrated it as well, and he's got his theater background, so it was just really well done, and yeah, I just absolutely loved Neil Patrick Harris's Complete Your Own Autobiography. It's making me smile right now. Number 12. What is the most beautiful book you've purchased so far in 2019? I think this one is probably a toss-up. In terms of like beautiful graphic covers, Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson is really beautiful. And then in terms of like composition, like photographed covers, I think The American Heiress by Daisy Goodwin is just absolutely beautiful. Also, shameless plug, these are pictures from my Instagram, so if you are interested in seeing more pictures like these, go ahead and click through in the link below to my Instagram, because I like to flex my photography muscle over there. Yeah. There is one more book I want to mention that I don't own, but I just recently took it out from the library, and I think it's probably the most beautiful book cover ever, and that is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. That book is beautiful. It might be that orange is one of my favorite colors, and it's very like underappreciated, but oh my gosh, what a beautiful book. Last question. Question number 13. What books do you need to read by the end of 2019? All of these. And probably some other ones as well. Anyways, guys, that is everything I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Nicole from Nicole and Her Books for tagging me in this video. I had a really good time doing this. Definitely go and check out her channel, again, in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, do not hesitate to like and subscribe for future videos. Also, drop a comment down below if you have anything to say about the books that I mentioned in this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys!
I'm so hyper. So very hyper.